Hello everyone, and welcome to this new video tutorial for Maverick Render. In this video, we continue the introduction to parameter animation with keyframes, this time applied to the IBL. Let's select the IBL in the outliner to view its parameters. In this case, we'll animate the angle. From the context menu, create a keyframe using the Set Animation Key option. A keyframe is now created on the timeline. Next, move to the desired point and add a second keyframe, modifying the value. By scrubbing, you can see how the IBL rotates between the two angles. To modify the value of a keyframe, simply change it while positioned on it. Set the final frame on the timeline and press play to see the animation. Now, let's explain a technique used when you want to apply two different IBL orientations to two cameras. We'll start by creating a second camera in the scene. Position it where you prefer, then click the Create Camera button. Rename it to Camera 2. Now you can switch between Camera 1 and Camera 2. If you double-click on the IBL parameter in the timeline, you'll navigate to the IBL properties. Let's delete all keyframes to start fresh. Select Camera 1 from the Camera combo box. Create a motion controller camera switch and drop it onto Camera 1. Repeat the process for Camera 2. Move the camera switches in the timeline and adjust their duration. This type of animation is commonly used for camera switching. What we want now is for the IBL to have one angle for camera 1 and another angle for camera 2, which might be more convenient, for example, for reflections. Select the IBL and create a keyframe for the angle while positioned at the first frame. Next, move to a frame corresponding to camera 2, modify the angle, and create a new keyframe. If you scrub now, you'll see how the IBL gradually rotates between the two angles. What we want, however, is for the IBL angle to change precisely when the camera switches. To achieve this, move the second keyframe to the exact point where the switch to camera 2 occurs. Then go to a frame just before the switch and create a keyframe with the same angle value as used for camera 1. In this case, it's 360. Now when scrubbing, you'll see that the IBL angle stays at 360 throughout the entire duration of camera 1 and switches to the new angle precisely when transitioning to camera 2. Once this is set up, it's easy to adjust both keyframes and reconfigure the camera switches. As a recap, let's add some motion controllers to the cameras to make the example more complete. Create a motion controller transform and drop it onto camera 1. Adjust its duration, move to a final frame, and change its final position on the Z-axis. Repeat the process by creating a motion controller for camera 2. This time, we'll create a lateral movement. Now, by scrubbing, you can see that both cameras are animated and a different IBL angle is used for each. That's all for now. Have fun with Maverick and see you in the next video.